Every time before I give one of these talks, I like close my eyes and I just ask divine presence. I'm just like flow through me and use me to help others. So today I want to talk about the importance of intentionally seeking community and fatherhood. Because clearly, so let me tell you four pillars. I'm going to give you four pillars that has personally helped me in my fatherhood journey: mindfulness, self reflection, intentional communication, and the fourth pillar is what we're going to talk about today, which is community, seeking and building community. But you got to do that with a purpose. And so the first thing out the gate I'll say is this: why this is important. Nothing you go through, you're never alone in that thing. I mean, think about that, right? Any adversity you go through in life, fatherhood adversity, personal adversity, Google it, and I guarantee you somebody has gone through that. Or like there's a ton of people actively going through it. Like think about it, literally. Like there's probably no experience of doubt and frustration, of sadness, of loneliness that you have gone through on your journey as a dad that another dad has not gone through. Like, just think about that. Or at least a huge amount of the population of dads have not gone through, right? Okay. So, clearly, like, for me, it's known by now, I went through like a very gruesome, financially taxing 3-year custody battle. You better believe there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of dads on planet Earth in America who have gone through the same thing, right? So anything we go through, feeling undervalued, I guarantee you there's a dad down the street that has felt undervalued in his role. So that's the first thing about this is for you to feel confident and for you to feel secure that you're not alone in feeling how you're feeling about anything you're going through in fatherhood. All right. Because you're not alone, it's important to meet people and communicate with people who share your experiences. For some reason, as humans, like our mind is so elevated, right, compared to most species. Um, but that can be a curse for us because what we want to do is we want to like feel good about going through something and not sharing it, especially as men, right? As men, that's what we want to do. We want to go through something and we want to overcome it dolo. We want to overcome it solo because that's tough. That's bad. That's big and bad, right? Um, and obviously, this is a whole nother topic that we'll get into, but you feel like that because that's how you were parented. And you feel like your parents were also parented like that. And that's a deeper issue. But we just we just so much so very badly want to go through things without being vulnerable about it. It's important to seek community when you're going through these things because the moment you realize that you're not alone in whatever fatherhood adversity you're going through, that's when you really truly understand that you're okay, right? Like you're not just like this weird alien on the left hand side of the classroom. I don't. What does that even mean? I don't even know. But you get you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you know, the moment somebody comes up to me and says, and like I have now because I do this for a living, so I have so much like fruitful conversations with fathers, whether it be on social media or in person. The moment somebody comes up to me and says something like, "Man, like, um, I just feel like what I'm doing isn't appreciated." I just want to hug the dude because like clearly I feel the same way sometimes. Um, and like that's important to foster and seek community. So the thing about it is, and I've realized this is men, Um, we will talk about so many other things with dads, but we won't talk about the vulnerable shit. We won't talk about the fatherhood stuff that's bothering us. So there's been so many times as a dad, I have had a terrible day, right? Like I had a conversation with one of my kids that just really like broke me down, right? It really broke me down. And I'll get on the phone with two of my best friends that are also dads and ask me if I tell them about it. Absolutely not, right? In present times, I do. Because I'm much better with this. But there's been so many times in my journey as a dad where I literally don't even talk to them about the fatherhood struggles I'm going through because I'd rather I'm masking. So because I'm masking, I'd rather talk about the NBA. I'd rather talk about Call of Duty. I'd rather talk about the NFL, women, um, and it's like, actually, what I should do is say, hold on, pause all that. Yo, have you ever had this conversation with your son? Or have you ever had this conversation with your kid's mom? Or when your daughter like says this or does this at this early age of childhood, like how does that make you feel? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and these are the conversations that we need to have, and we need to be open to having them. The one thing we gonna have to understand as men is like this whole "you weak because you vulnerable" thing is so trash. So many women in the world are doing amazing things because they got over that, and they were raised to get over that. And we have to do the same thing. Like we really have to lead with vulnerability because that makes you strong. I promise you. Like I went to the gym this morning. I haven't been in a couple weeks, right? But I felt strong. Like I felt like I was lifting out of the gym, which is probably a terrible thing to do because my muscle recovery is gonna suck now. But I felt like I was like really strong in the gym. If I come out of that gym and I'm feeling some type of shame or some type of guilt or some type of way about uh, altercation or something I had in fatherhood, if I keep that to myself and don't communicate that with people who can hear me out or who may share the same experiences and help me, I'm weak here. And I'm going to tell you right now, you would much rather be strong here than here. I can assure you, trust me, you'll go a long way if you are mentally strong. Um, Obviously, you got to be physically fit, clearly, but you get the point. Um, so it's very important to just talk to other people who are going through the same thing that you're going through on this journey, because you almost put yourself in you by not talking to people. What you're doing is actually doubling down on being alone, or that subconscious mind feeling that you're alone in this. And the more and more you don't talk to people, that's when just like the adversity just feels like it's inescapable. um, so yeah, that's really all I want to say today, man, is just be okay with seeking community. Join a Facebook group, download the app Meetups. You know what I mean? Like when I do my one-on-one coaching with dads, like the curriculum I created literally has an entire week dedicated to building community, right? And you gotta feel comfortable with that. So work your way up to it, right? Maybe you don't want to join a fatherhood group on Meetup and go meet up with them next week right away, right? But just step by step, download the app, right? Get on Facebook, research some groups of dads, and then once you feel comfortable, take the next step. Be vulnerable. Go to a hike with some dads, right? Go to bowling like with some dads. Like there's just like so much community out there, that because we're just so nervous to show our vulnerability side as men, we overlook them, right? And so I just want to like place that in your mind today. Is it really pays to be strong here, and to be strong here, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. um, and I actually like, I love talking like this, because I know I'm helping somebody, but it's like a dilemma because I never want to come off as like, I'm just like perfect, or I'm just like so much of an expert. You know, I can't explain how I want to come off because I'm human. So I don't know, last week I went through something and I'm sure I didn't see community. You know what I mean? So like, but what I do know is I have so many experiences of overcoming these things by doing what I'm telling you to do, that I know I'm on the right path. And that's what I want to do for other dads, is like put you on the right path, because that's everything. The journey. You're never going to like be perfect in anything, but like the journey is like so much. It's like, it's worth it. So that's what I want to leave y'all with today, man. And yeah, man, I'm wishing y'all nothing but light, 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 light. No darkness. I'm just wishing everybody light. And yeah, you all have a good day.